Hi guys, it's July the 5th, I believe. It's Friday. It's 3:46 in the afternoon. Speedo here. It's just a little curious. So I went and did some hamster shopping. This one is hamster video, I guess. I normally don't shop for food, okay, at Walmart. This is where I'm putting the food. I just thought I'd show you. This is just the Living World Classic. They do come in a larger bag. They come in a 5-pound bag. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, if they haven't gone up in price, because it's been about 4 or 5 months since I last purchased some from PetSmart. But I believe PetSmart sells this for $12.99. The larger bag, it's 5 pounds. This is 2 pounds. Okay, so at 2 pounds, it was $4.89. Okay, so what I did was I bought 2 bags, so that's 4 pounds. So we're 1 pound off of the regular 5-pound bag. Right now it's only $10. It comes to, I think, $11.01 if I wanted to buy 5 pounds. If I'm buying 6 pounds worth though. So if I was to take 5 pounds worth, so basically Walmart's cheaper. But I'm not buying 5 pounds. If I bought another bag, it would be 6 pounds. It would have came to $15. But right now, as it works out, the math-wise, it's actually cheaper to buy it this way, just because. Well, basically, here's the thing. So, anyway, hold on, never mind. Hold on, let me just finish this one. But anyway, I wanted to go to Walmart because I didn't want to pay 12-something for 5 pounds when I didn't have to buy that much. That's one of the reasons. But this, I don't think PetSmart sells a small bag. I think they force you to buy 5 pounds. I don't know. I like the smaller bags for some reason. It looks a little different. I've noticed that certain Living World Classics look different. Some of them have more, these things, the rabbit pellets. I don't know. I just noticed the smaller bags have more seeds and less of the crap that I don't want. So, obviously, my hamsters will not eat the hay pellets. I call them rabbit pellets, but they're actually hay pellets, okay? I only call them rabbit pellets because the first thing you think of when you see these is usually rabbits. I'm not sure why. Maybe because they sell them in humongous bags at every store I see. So this is not enough nutrition because they're isolating certain ingredients. My hamsters actually don't really like the corn, so they actually don't eat them. They'll eat the flattened kind, the flattened peas and the flattened corn. I also do not pick out my food. Okay, I know some people say the hamster is prone to diabetes, blah, blah, blah. But they're prone to diabetes regardless, and you cannot isolate certain things from their diet because then you're depriving them of nutrition. So if they're going to get diabetes, they're going to get diabetes. I'd rather that than them die from deficiencies, because that's actually a more painful way to die, actually, because you don't even know what they're missing. If you're taking away certain ingredients, you don't even know what they're suffering from. It could be many things if you just take away. And hamsters instinctively know what they need to eat. If you put a dish of food out, you'll notice that they'll eat different kinds of stuff every day. So it might be a preference. It might also be a nutritional requirement. And when they're pregnant, you'll notice they'll eat a different variety of seeds too. It's always different. And hamsters know better than you. I don't care what people say, so I don't pick them out. I don't pick out the sunflower seeds. I do the opposite. I actually, instead of giving him just these, I'll go to the bulk food store also and pick up the ones that are out of the shell, the shelled ones. There's the raw sunflower seeds unsalted. They're about, I think, 18 cents for 100 grams, and I'll buy like a couple 100 grams, and I'll blend it. And the reason I'm saying a couple 100 grams, it sounds like a lot, but when it comes out to it, he's getting maybe 1/8 of a teaspoon per serving, and each serving lasts about a week or 2. So like I give him food once every week or 2. So it isn't very much. But it helps because I'm not sure he'll take the shells out. I noticed that when they were younger, they liked to take them out of the shell. But I think now they rather eat the ones that are outside the shell because they're just too lazy. So that's why I supplement that. But I also went to Metrotown. It's my first time going there. The mall is absolutely massive. There's like every store you can imagine in that mall. It was actually closer than I thought. It was only 45 minutes by bus. I've been everywhere today. I'm so tired. And I just finished cleaning the chin's cage. See, it's nice and clean. Woohoo. This one is a cereals. It's very, very similar to what I actually bought them, another bag. This one's only 10 bucks, I think. Oh, actually it's $8.99, and they're all 10% off right now. So I bought that. The most important thing I bought, the real reason I went, is this one. This one is Hamster Nature. This one is from Europe, I believe. But there's only one store in my province. Okay, province. So I live in the province of British Columbia. That's like Vancouver. So like on the far left side of Canada, the very last province. So that's the only place I can get it. The store I'm getting it from, their cleaning practices are very frownable, I guess you could say. But they try. It's just that they have way too many animals and they don't have enough people cleaning. You can see it. And also their nutrition that they're giving the animals. I don't know what it is that the animals are lacking. I just know that they're lacking something. They have a lot of pet cats there for sale and dogs. In this particular location, they can sell dogs. In my home city, they are not allowed to sell any puppies, but because the shelter said no. But in the other city that I went to today, they do allow them to sell dogs, and the dogs and cats are all, their fur is very sparse, and it looks very non-glossy. It almost looks, the best thing I can say is like a stuffed toy that's been through the dryer, and it was inappropriately dried. Like it looks very brittle, this fur. It doesn't look shiny, it doesn't look soft, it looks very thin and very pale color, so it almost looks clear. Some of the fur looks clear. I'm guessing their nutrition is not suitable for the growing puppy. They're just feeding it a generic brand of whatever is cheapest. Because this store that I bought this from, they'll feed hamster food to guinea pigs. They'll feed it to chinchillas. They'll feed this stuff to chinchillas. They'll feed it whatever's on hand. If they run out, they don't carry chinchilla food, obviously, for their chinchillas. They do sell it, they just don't carry it for their own chins. They just feed it. I think they fed it guinea pig pellets last time, and then the other time I walked in, they fed them this stuff. And I told them this stuff will kill them. It's a lot sooner. I mean, they're selling it for like $400 like chinchillas, so I said, you don't really want to be killing your chinchillas, right? The ones you're selling. So they switched it back to guinea pig food, which is better for them than the other stuff. The guinea pig food was just the pellets. So anyway, I bought this. This one is only £5. This is really expensive because regular hamster food, like Harry or Hazel hamster, whichever one you guys go by. Here it's called Hazel, I think. Maybe, I think. Anyway, they sell it for $7.99 a bag, £5, and this bag is £5, and it is $29.99. So I'm paying about $23 more, almost $22. But I did get 10% off because they're having a 10% sale. But normally I'm paying $33, $34 a bag. When I had 10 hamsters, I was feeding them this as well. Obviously now with just sniffles, I could have bought a smaller bag, but they sell the 1 pound bag for $10. So this is £5. So 10 pounds is $10. 1 pound is $10. So a 5 pound bag would have cost me $50. Right now it only cost me $30 plus tax. So I obviously will go with the bigger bag. This will now probably last sniffles probably the rest of the year, which is fine. I looked at the expiry date. It expires at the end of the year. This one I think expires in 2014. So, yeah, February of 2014. So this one and this one's pretty similar. It's just that this one has added fruit, dried fruit bits. They're not sugary. They're just little tiny slivers, I guess you can call it, almost like a dried freeze-dried kind of like way. It's really nice. I like their formula because this is what I like about their formula the best is they don't have rabbit pellets in them. They don't have hay pellets. This is the only food, you know, that's carried for hamsters that don't have hay pellets. The reason I'm going away from hay pellets is because the hamsters don't eat it. Okay, so the companies are putting it in there because it meets the nutritional requirements of the protein, the fat, the fiber, but if your hamster's not eating it, it's not getting the fiber, it's not getting the nutrition that's part of the nutritional analysis, which is the only reason I would go with this brand, which is really expensive, is because they'll eat everything in this bag. I've tried it with them. I've given them one scoop and they ate every last thing in the dish. So obviously it tells me that this is more palatable to them. And it's worth it. I don't know how real it is that they really give all these kind of fruits. It looks good, right? The picture looks good. But I do know my hamsters will eat it. And it's mostly cereal bits, sunflowers, and then I guess it's flattened peas. And they do have flattened corn too. And I know that because it's flattened, they'll eat it. Whereas if it's a whole kernel, they don't want to eat it. I'm not sure why. So like the corn, so obviously there's going to be overlap. But as you can see with these two, as you can see, this one has no seeds in it. This one does. This one has hay pellets. And this one, they're getting the fiber through the biscuits. The biscuits are already full of fiber and a lot of additional stuff like omega and stuff. Whereas this one doesn't, right? So they're not going to eat these. They're not going to eat these corn and stuff. So that's why I'm blending it. So I thought I'd show it to you because I don't make this purchase very often, especially now with just one hamster. I do hope to eventually talk to my mother about maybe having another hamster. If Sniffle dies, that is. Like I would like to eventually keep raising hamsters because I really like hamsters. But if I had to choose between my hamster and my chinchillas, I would keep my hamster. Obviously, I keep the cage, but if I had to choose, if Sniffles died, of course I keep my chins, but I really would like another hamster. And obviously, you know, hamsters aren't very expensive to keep. I mean, this is all you need every month. I'm buying this stuff. It's $10. It's cellulose, so plant-based. It's a bedding. It's almost like paper-based. It's almost like Carefresh, but it's just a little harder. But the thing is, it moves. It's not clumped together and compressed so that they can actually burrow through this. So it's very soft if you think about it. And then I just shred some paper, Kleenex, or shred a piece of fleece so that he can line his house. But this thing's $10 and it lasts us 2 changings, half a bag each. It's a 9-pound bag, so I'm using 4.5 pounds each. And as you can see over there, barely because it's very sunny. But that's where I have 2 bins there stacked together because one of them's for my chin's laundry. But as you can see right there, all the way to there. So he's got about 1.5 inches high of bedding. And so it is quite a bit, and it's pretty cheap. It's only $10. So I'm going through, and this bedding, it's one of the beddings I found out that you can use and do it once a month. If you're using that much of a bag and you have a big enough cage, you can clean your hamster's cage once a month. My hamster cage, there's nothing to clean because there's a bin. So all I have to do is dump everything and wipe it down with a disinfectant cloth and then wipe it down with a regular hand towel, a wet towel, and then dry it. That's it. It's very easy. And this stuff doesn't cause allergies, unlike pine shavings might to some people who have allergies. One of my hamsters, before I stopped having them, was actually allergic to pine shavings. The dust. She started like this when she was breathing. She was hiccuping almost. She was having respiratory problems from it. And she had just gone in there about 5 minutes. So I took her out of it. About 40 minutes later, she was fine. So that's one of the reasons I switched to another bedding. I switched to Carefresh. But Carefresh is really expensive. And Carefresh actually doesn't work as well as this. Because this was meant for cats. And cats pee and they stink a lot more. This stuff, my hamster's cage doesn't smell after 1 month. Even when I had 2 robos in it, it didn't smell. Even when I had babies, it didn't smell. So I obviously would go with this. You can get this at any cat and dog food place. Make sure it's the cellulose one, because they do have one made of pine. I don't recommend pine at all, just because it has a stronger smell. This one's scentless. It doesn't smell, and it's very dustless. You can use you can put a handful of this and rub it on your black pants, and then dust it off, and there's no streaks. So it's very good.